Let's talk about debugging for screen flows now. The first thing is that when you debug a screen flow, it actually runs. Even though it says debug, it actually runs. And if there is a create or a DML, it's going to commit to the database. So if we go ahead and debug this screen flow, this is the send thank you email that we created earlier, and we click run. Then it does complete, and you see here it says transaction committed, so it actually got committed to the database. All right, now the second thing is rollback. So if we wanted to not commit to the database, and we don't have that rollback option, let me show you. If we click debug, in similar to record triggered flows now, we don't have the option here to run it in rollback mode. So how if I want to roll back, I don't want things to commit. The way to do that is to create a rollback element. So you're going to go before the screen. Remember, the transaction ends when you hit another screen. So before the screen, this is when we need the rollback to happen. So we're going to rollback records, and you just give it some name, and done. And let's save as a new version. Then let's debug. And let's select the same record and run. Now, even though it says like email was sent successfully, what we did here, like we rolled back this DML. So we had only one DML, that's update record, and says here like it's gonna commit on the next screen, but because we are rolling back, it got rolled back. Pending record changes in the current transaction are rolled back and not saved to the database. Now, one last thing I want to call out here is that when we debug, something that we looked at in record triggered flows, run flow as another user. You see we have this option here in screen flows as well, and this is helpful with testing things like the permissions of that user. The one important note here is that this option is only available in sandboxes. It could be because this is not exactly a production org. Rather, like this option is not available in production orgs. So if you're in a production org, you can't actually enable this, but you can create a sandbox and then enable that in a sandbox.